Gather round, friends, and listen close, for the tale I'm about to spin is one of shadows and whispers. In the perpetually misty town of Blackwood, a place where secrets thrive in every corner, secrets linger like the ever-present fog, clinging to the cobblestone streets and the hearts of its inhabitants. This is the story of Liam O'Connell, a man of books and quiet contemplation, a quiet librarian whose meticulously ordered life changed irrevocably, with a single unsettling discovery that would unravel his reality. One particularly dreary, rainy day, while seeking refuge from the downpour, Liam ventured into his attic and found an old tarnished mirror tucked away in the dusty, forgotten corners of his attic. Its glass was dark and clouded, obscuring any true reflection, and its frame was intricately carved with strange, shifting patterns that seemed to writhe in the dim light. He, without a second thought, hung it in his hallway, adding a touch of antique charm, thinking little of the potential consequences. That night, as he was passing by the mirror, he glimpsed something within its depths that was not his own reflection, but a fleeting, disturbing vision. A rain-soaked alley, slick with an unknown grime, a flickering street lamp casting long, distorted shadows, and a shadowy figure lurking in the darkness, raising a hand in what appeared to be a threatening gesture. The unsettling image vanished as quickly and inexplicably as it had appeared, leaving no trace behind, leaving Liam deeply unsettled and questioning his sanity. He desperately tried to rationalize it, blaming it on tricks of the light and his overactive imagination. But the inexplicable chill that had settled deep in his bones refused to dissipate. The mirror, it seemed, was more than just a reflection of the present. It whispered of things yet to come, of a future shrouded in darkness. Liam, exhausted and unnerved, went to bed completely unaware that the ordinary, predictable rhythm of his life had just been irrevocably shattered, replaced by a terrifying unknown. The future, once safely hidden behind the veil of time, now pressed urgently against the cold, unyielding glass, demanding to be seen. And so began the unsettling tale of the Mirror Man, a story of secrets, shadows, and a reality forever altered. Some things once seen within the reflective depths can never truly be unseen, forever haunting the edges of perception. The next morning dawned, but the light offered no comfort. The vision from the mirror haunted Liam, replaying in his mind with unnerving clarity. He desperately tried to dismiss it as a trick of the light, a figment of his imagination fueled by stress, but a chilling dread clung to him like a second skin. Seeking refuge in the familiar quiet of the library, he hoped to find some peace, but every shadow seemed to lengthen and twist, making him jump at the slightest movement. Every rustle of pages, every distant cough set his heart racing with a frantic, irrational fear. He felt like he was being watched, hunted even. That evening, as twilight painted the sky in hues of grey and purple, he found himself unable to resist the mirror's pull. With a deep breath and a sense of foreboding, he looked into the dark, beckoning surface again. The vision returned, not faded or distorted, but clearer and more vivid than before. He saw her again, a woman with striking red hair, her face etched with fear. And lurking nearby, a man in a dark coat, his features obscured by shadow, a predator waiting to strike. Then the flash of steel, a glinting knife, reflecting the dim light with deadly promise. Liam recoiled, his breath catching in his throat. The horrifying truth crashed down upon him. The mirror wasn't showing him a memory, but a murder yet to happen. He knew he had to act to prevent the tragedy he'd witnessed, but was doubtful the police would believe his story. Desperate and running out of time, he made the only choice he could. He called the police. His voice trembled, barely a whisper, as he tried to explain the impossible, describing what he'd seen in the mirror with frantic urgency. The dispatcher listened patiently, her tone skeptical but professional, taking down the details of his outlandish claim. Liam hung up the phone, the silence amplifying his uncertainty. Had he done enough? Would they believe him? The line between reality and nightmare had not just blurred, it had cracked wide open. The mirror's ominous warning, its glimpse into a potential future, could no longer be ignored. The future was calling out to him, a desperate plea for intervention, and Liam, however reluctantly, had answered. At the station, Detective Maeve Riley listened to Liam's tale of the mirror and the murder. She was skeptical, but his terror was real. He described the alley: cracked stones, broken drain pipe, faded graffiti. Maeve sent officers to check, expecting nothing. But the alley existed, exactly as Liam described. Maeve's skepticism faded. She called Liam back. She asked him to look again, to find more clues. That night, Liam stared into the glass and saw a pub sign, the Gilded Harp. He called Maeve with the new detail. Now they had a location. The hunt for the woman and the killer had begun. The shadows dance was underway. Time was running out. Maeve's team went to the Gilded Harp to investigate. They were looking for a woman with red hair. 3 women matched the description. The identity of the suspect was still unknown. Maeve called Liam and asked for more information. Liam looked into the mirror again. He tried to see the person's face. The image became clearer. He saw a man with a long scar on his left cheek. Liam told Maeve about the scar. The police searched their records. They identified Finn Healy, an ex-convict living nearby. The police prepared to detain him. Maeve organized her team for the next steps. They now had a name and a face for the suspect. There was still a chance to prevent the crime. Liam waited for news. He felt both hopeful and anxious. The situation was approaching its conclusion. Maeve's team moved swiftly, arresting Finn Healy, intervening just before he could strike again, preventing another tragedy. The woman with red hair was safe, completely unaware of the danger she had narrowly escaped, never knowing how close death had come, how close she was to becoming another victim. Maeve, her voice filled with relief, called Liam. "You did it! You saved her! Your vision, it was right!" Relief flooded Liam, washing over him in a wave of gratitude and accomplishment. But it was short-lived, quickly replaced by a chilling unease. The mirror, now silent and still, offered no further glimpses. Still hung in his hallway, a constant presence, a reminder of the darkness it revealed, the price of foresight. Liam, staring at his own reflection, realized the mirror was no gift, no blessing, but a curse, a burden he would now carry. To see the future, to know what horrors lay ahead, was to lose peace, to sacrifice tranquility. He wrapped the mirror carefully, concealing its dark surface, hid it in the attic, banished to the shadows, and prayed he would never be tempted to look again. Some doors, once open to the supernatural, to the unseen, can never truly be closed, no matter how hard one tries. Liam's quiet life was gone, shattered by the visions he had seen, replaced by vigilance, a constant state of alert and fear, the ever-present dread of what the future might hold. The whispering glass waited patiently in the shadows of the attic, shrouded but not silenced, and Blackwood's secrets remained, lurking just out of sight, waiting to be unearthed.